What's going on, fuck, gang? Now, remember, I said on Instagram that I will be dissecting the fuck out of the hypes. And when I do long-ass 45, 30-minute documentaries on shit like that, it kind of drags it out. It will turn into a 2-hour-long special, goddammit, a movie. Because I have to feature each and every casualty and death that happened between both sides of the Manors and the DPH beef, you know? I like it how I'm doing it right now. So this is another segment on that shit. Call it what you want. Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. But this is the Trey Hefner archive and what happened to him. Now, trust me, guys, this shit gets nasty. So if you don't want no fucking nasty-ass, bullshit-ass, disgusting-ass details in your head, click off.
Bro, nigga probably need it alone. Bro, bitch probably need it alone. Gang, you still me. Gang when this motherfucker game boss. Fuck that shit, good nigga. Hey, besides the police harassment, I'm comfortable.
Now, I don't know what kind of race Trey Hefner was, but he obviously got his nickname, from his middle name, because who the fuck wants to go by Hallie Fu? And the majority of people may know him as Fab and Zilla and all this new shit, but actually, him being the young age he was actually an original Jack Boy member, along with June on a Beat and the famous Sacramento Street Wars Hit It Rich. Fuck. Now, Hit It Rich and his brother, D Rich, they are from the Manor's original Manor Mob members. And they moved to Oak Park when they were young, and they went to Legion High School, you know, American Legion. They are the main reason why Oak Park and Oak Park and the Manors are clicked up, you know, that cherries and berries shit. And I can't think of which one, but it definitely is a video within the last 6 months. But I talked about the Cab versus the Jack Boys whole movement, you know. The Jack Boys, their asses went extinct. But Cab, keep a bitch broke. They turned into AOB, you know, and then the AOB members started getting locked up and started banging gas and stars. Fuck. And even around that time, back then, a Manor Mob member that was from Jack Boys also, he made a song, and it was actually a fuck Cab diss, and that shit was actually kind of catchy. Fuck.
Train, use a second. I caught your ass slipping in a circle, I test you, buster. Bustin' that, asked me where you from, and the nigga wasn't saying that. D-boy, snitched on Tom. When I catch you, had his 40 shaking like a pom-pom. Come on, Tron. My niggas pushed on you when they see you at foreign. High school, the Jack 10-2. Actually, was you Alex, and your last got the blues. I'm a real general, catch me on the news. JJ, boy, I don't play games. How many times I beat your ass on this road stress? Meet you like a churro. What you talking, SA? Train, use a second. From Flats, D-boy, JJ to bustin' that. You niggas ain't touching that. You can't forget LC and D-Love, Lucky Charm, all you niggas snitching. I'm pulling fucking whole core. Train you a sucker from Flats, D-Boy, JJ to bustin' that. You niggas ain't touching that. I can't forget LC and D-Love.
We Stone Flats out of Flowing High. Charms, I got the paperwork on you right now, man. You just snitch.
Right now.
You's a bitch.
You my little cousin, nigga. My grandma.
My grandma would see that shit.
My grandma was seeing that shit.
My grandpa.
Boy, you know you having a firecracker. This nigga asking me
That
questions.
nigga Alex playing, I heard he was snitching, you feel me? You know, man, I don't know shit, though. I know, you feel me? I went my little brothers up to school. You feel me? Trying to say that when his name and shit, you feel me? I knew it was his name. I just seen him look on his face. It was like a Walmart smiley face, you feel me? Like, that ain't my...
1311, nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
You feel me?
Train use a sucker from Flats.
D-Boy, JJ to bustin' that.
Now, this beef never even went deadly, you know. It was just fights and fucking bullshit, diss songs, and he say, she say, bullshit, you know, some kid shit. And even though I heard that the Jack Boys were getting their ass beat, you know, it never got too bad. The real focus is what Trey Hefner and Stunna Bam got into later on, after that shit died out. Trey Hef and Stunna Bam stayed in the streets. Trey Hef ended up getting put on Zilla, and Stunna Bam stayed true to his roots and kept banging Manor Mob, you know. He was going around saying, fuck the world. Trey Hef became best friends with Twin Mozzie, and he is shown here with him, and also he's in a picture with Uzi Calico, and Uzi Calico is the one who killed Sneak. That's BT's little cousin. Not to mention that Trey Hef shares a baby mom with Devontae Meminger, and Devontae Meminger is an Oak Parkian who got killed in Oak Park. So, basically, every single thing down to the female, the women that Trey Hef messed with, everything was Oak Park down to the fucking core, guys. He didn't give a fuck about a south or an east or a west. All it was cherries and berries for him. And even though Trey Hef, he could have been the coldest stepper to ever walk the streets of Sacramento. I don't fucking know. I have never heard or been told any kind of story of him stepping on any kind of female member. He was more so a pimp and a hustler. I don't even think he rapped, guys. Now, even though he wasn't known for rapping and known for stepping, one thing he was in his community was known, guys, and that's with his peers and his ops. And that's how he was spotted and killed in broad fucking daylight, guys.
Are getting new information into the newsroom tonight about yesterday's shooting in North Sacramento. It has been reclassified as a homicide. Police cleared an area near Rio Linda Boulevard after 2 people were found shot. A man who was in critical condition died today, while another man remains hospitalized. There is still no motive or suspects in this case.
Get out here and step back, live off your daddy legacy. I'm bumper down heavily, push up on the passenger. Which one you niggas pressing me? They pop my ass up, but I ain't talking about no ecstasy. Shit, I could've died, but I ain't.
Now, in my last video, I stated how Serges' immediate family, his immediate circle, I should say, are full of cold-blooded, killing-ass motherfuckers. Not just some young street punks who like to air some shit the fuck out. And they are also the originators of the World Shotty and the Gas Gutter merger, you know, when they clicked up years ago. Now, I will get to that later in another fucking video, because I have questions on how in the fuck Ape Gang in the world gets to beef like this when they have such extensive history. In the cold-blooded, conified killer community, they all know each other. And Chunk and World, right along with Serge, they are definitely a part of that conified community. Now, these numbers may be hard to believe, but as I mentioned, Serge having 13 bodies. Little World has somewhere around the same ass shit, guys. What the fuck? And Chunk is said to have around 9 bodies, guys. And these numbers may scare you off. But, guys, not everyone, you have to understand, is doing the killings. It's not a whole bunch of people in both gangs that are just killing each other the fuck up. No. It is a small group in each gang that is doing all the fucking murders, guys. Now, in that Del Paso Heights versus the Manor beef, and even when they branch out and try and kill an Oak Park member, I promise you guys, not every single person that's saying World Shotty is a fucking killer or has a body, guys. Just because they will catch one does not mean they have. This group that I'm mentioning, and not just this group, a few more, but this group, guys, were the main ones catching all the fucking bodies. On February 8th, 2018, the Manor Mob members had a music video shoot. For who? I have no fucking idea. But, of course, all the Manor Mob coons were out there congregating and conversating. And I don't know how, but these 3 coons got the drop on that video shoot. And they were personally trying to score in the name of Nanny Rude. Now, even though it was a music video shoot that day, Trey Hef and Stunna Bam, them getting shot, that shit was a complete fluke. They weren't plotting on the video shoot, you know. They just so happened to be in the area where the video shoot was at. And it was these 3 and World's girlfriend or baby mom, some shit like that. Or the fuck, he was fucking her. So, yes, it was them 4 in one car. And they followed them all the way, I want to say, from Oak Park all the way to the Heights, over there off of Traction Avenue. And what's crazy is they seen 2 other Manor members that drove past them, but they gave them a pass, you know. They had no plans on catching anybody that day. Turnt, BTA Turnt, he had a personal vendetta, I guess, when it came to him and Stunna Bam. So he was super adamant on, you know, that whole drill and someone dying. But they gave those fake, quote-unquote, Manor members a pass because they were really trying to get a score in the name of Nanny Rude. So the first members got a pass because they were, quote-unquote, nobodies. And Stunna Bam and Trey Hefner, they got a pass the first time when they first were spotted because it was too hot and they did not want to do that murder with the female in the car. So, I don't know if they dropped the coonhead off or kept the fucking coonhead in the car. But they followed Trey Hef and Stunna Bam all the way to Rio Linda, a smoke shop that's across the street from the gas station off of Rio Linda, guys. They parked across the street and watched Trey Hefner get out the car, get some stuff, and get back into the car, guys. And then they pulled out before Trey Hef and Stunna Bam did, you know. They pulled way ahead of them. They stayed at the stop sign for a good amount of seconds. And lo and behold, Trey Hef and Stunna Bam pulled right behind them. What the fuck? From there on out, they continued to do the reverse pursuit, if you will. They followed them from the front. and played the fuck out of their blinkers. If Trey Hef, because he was the driver, if Trey Hef went to turn left, he would put his blinkers on, and they would watch for that and put their blinkers on left. If they would do the contrary and turn right, they would put their blinkers on and turn right. So every time, every move that Trey made, they made the same move until they got to their destination, and that's right where the car was shot the fuck up. They let them park, pulled around the corner, and pulled right the fuck back up, and pulled out their soul-snatching apparatuses and gave that whole goddamn car the blues. Little world, he got out the passenger and shot Stunner Bam in the face, neck, chest, and in his arm. And of course, Bam lived. But Trey Hef, on the other hand, he got fucked up. He got shot a total of 11 times, and he got hit in the top of his head, in the chest, and in the neck, and shot in the face about 4 times, guys. And I was told that his nose came all the way off, not just the tip, but his nose on some fucking Julio Fulio shit. You know, I heard his face was fucked, but his nose came all the way the fuck off.
Out here, step bang, live off your daddy legacy. I'm bumper down heavily, push up on the passenger. Which one you niggas pressing me? They pop my ass up, but I ain't talking about no ecstasy. Shit, I coulda died, but I ain't let them get the best.
My ass up, but I ain't talking about no ecstasy. Shit, I coulda died, but I ain't let them get the best of me.
Now, of course, they did not stay. They got the fuck out. And they got caught 5 months later. And how they got caught? The initial lead? I honestly have no fucking clue, guys. But I know for a fact that Demario Davis, BTA turned, he had a female acquaintance that he was bragging the murders to. Somehow, some way, it got leaked on Snapchat. I don't know if it's from him bragging or someone else bragging about his ass bragging. But it got out on Snapchat, and that was the initial lead that led to them getting convicted and arrested. Now, to make what I just said make sense, the police had no idea that they actually did it, you know. They had a list of suspects, and they were one of them, so they're only being watched. The police caught a break with that Snapchat shit. Now, these 3 idiots are some lucky motherfuckers. They, honestly, given off the situation and the factual background that's documented, you know, the court and the system knows that these motherfuckers did that shit. But somehow, some way, they all pled out to manslaughter, and all 3 have release dates for 2031, you know. They didn't get a day above, I want to say, 10 or 11 years. So, basically, it would be a point in time, if they survive their prison sentence, it will be a day that they can get out and search this video up and finally watch it for themselves. Fuck.